Good to see you. Welcome back to another tea video. Today I'm bringing you another Bitterleaf tea. A little belated on this one, but not too long. I think it's an autumn 2024 pick. This one is called White Crow. This is a 2024 Lincang Shoumei white tea. Here's the leaves for you, just to show you what it looks like. A lot of nice dark bits. Looks really good. A little flake. And let's give a quick dry smell profile on it while I have the bag open. Smells very nice, very fruity and sweet smelling, like a dark fig kind of pruny, like stone fruit kind of smell. Maybe a little bit of a honey smell. And there's a little like of a kind of a hay scent in there, like a vegetal scent. I imagine will go away pretty quick, but it's not too strong, especially if I compare it to that last white tea I had. There's not too much there by any means. But let me show you the website real quick while I have it up. I will link it below. This looks like one they did in 2023 as well as 2024. Unfortunately, it is all sold out, but hopefully sometime soon, come autumn 2025, they'll bring it back again. And hopefully that time I'll have the money, the funds available to buy a cake, because I just got a little sample this time. And frankly, smelling and looking at it, I think I'm going to like this one a lot. But pretty good price for the sample, at least $4.50. Whole cake is $28, so fantastic price in my opinion. 1 kilo, which is a tong, is $120, which is great. I have individual white tea cakes that cost about that much. So that's granted, those are, I think, the 375 or 325 or whatever the classic tea cake size is. 200 grams, I think, is a newer thing. But let me read the description for you real quick. A stable and reliable white tea that we can't help but return to year after year. This tea delivers a great combination of fruity flavor, floral fragrance, and plenty of sweetness. Made from Yunnan big leaf material, this tea also doesn't lack in the texture department, providing substantial mouthfeel and depth of flavor for many brews. This also makes a good candidate for boiling or grandpa brewing, even after multiple infusions. The differences from year to year are often subtle, but our experience of this year's tea involved a more noticeable honey quality and an overall sweeter profile than any year in recent memory. Being a larger leaf Shoumei grade white, this tea is both excellent now as well as a strong contender for long-term storage. 14 cents a gram, picking period autumn 2024, region Lincang, Yunnan. So yeah, as I said before, nice honey smell and characters to it. Looks really nice, dark, smells kind of figgy and fruity almost. I imagine it'll be even better here in like a year or two, which I might even just let this sample sit after I taste it this time. I really do wish I bought the full cake because it smells and looks great. Just to show you, to compare it to the 2023 one that they had. The 2023 one says this is the 6th iteration, so I guess they do it every year. 14 cents a gram, so it looked like it was about the same price. Floral fragrance, honey sweetness, consistent across brews, thick mouthfeel, honey-like sweetness, Yunnan big leaf. So I imagine it is the same material, maybe even the same exact trees from the year before. So sounds really solid. Looks like they've been doing it a while, tried and true. If they do it every year and it sells out, so I'm pretty stoked to try it. I'm gonna get my water heating up, get my teaware washed out real quick. It still has some white tea from last time in it, and we will get started with that wash. Alright, going in with that wash, 185 Fahrenheit. This is roughly 6 grams of tea. And we'll be doing that wash basically as quick as I can, as always. Some of the tea I put in is still a little caked up. Some of it's kind of like the dust from the bottom. and a very likely chance that I'll be drinking this wash just because I do like to drink washes from white tea most of the time. Because I feel they taste good. Um, I think I've mentioned it before, but something like a cooked pu'er, I probably will never try drinking those washes again. I've done it before, and it was not worth it. Um, but white teas and green teas, I think it's pretty worth it, usually. Let's give a wet leaf smell profile. Very, very honey forward, for sure. I got a little in the dry scent, but in the wet scent, there's very strong honey scent. Not as much of the fruitiness. Still getting like a typical Shoumei white tea smell. But that honey is definitely like very pervasive. I think that's like the strongest scent I'm getting off this. It's really nice. I don't think I'm really getting anything else. No, the fruitiness I don't really get. It's mainly just honey. Very interesting for sure. But here's the liquid. As I said, I did put some of like the dust from the bottom of the bag in there just to try to get it to 6 grams. I didn't want to break any of those like big nice pieces in the bag apart just yet. But this is what we got. Let me just good enough. We're gonna taste this, but first, looking at the liquid, already has a pretty nice color. I imagine once we get on that first or second steep, it'll get pretty deep. Pretty clear, other than the few specks I let through. No muddiness or haziness. Looks mostly clear, I'd say. All right, let's give this a little taste. Honestly, already pretty nice. Still obviously light in flavor. You saw the steep; it was maybe 4 or 5 seconds. But uh, already a little body, and then definitely some honey flavor coming through, like almost syrupy. Um, Maybe a little floral. It's very nice so far. I'm not gonna judge it too much yet, just because it's just the wash, but things are looking good for sure. All right, let me drink through all this, and I'll get that first steep started in a moment. All right, starting out with that first steep. Nice and dark there. Once again, brewed at 185 for, let's say, 15 to 20 seconds on this one. I'll probably be going a little heftier than I should just because they said you can grandpa brew it. So um, I like me a good strong white tea, so I'll be I'll be pushing it a little more than I should. I won't be pushing it with temp just because I want to avoid that astringency, but hey, if they say you can brew it grandpa style, you could probably push it a little with temp too. I wouldn't doubt it. Obviously do it at your own risk, but uh, liquid's looking good. Nice deep, I don't know, like an amber color. Um, Pretty relatively clear. A few specks, but no big deal. Overall, looks pretty great. Let me smell those leaves again, see if there's any change or if it's still just like honey. Definitely a deeper white tea smell, not just straight up honey now. Little floral, deeper white tea smell, still very honeyed forward. If you're into honey, this is your tea. Which I absolutely love honey. I literally have a collection of. I'm a weirdo, but I have a different collection of honeys, local and from afar, and different types. I have olive honey and all kind manuka, and I have honey from a mile down the road. It's pretty cool. Let's give this a little taste. Very, very naturally sweet, which I enjoy. It's a very just solid Shoumei. I'm probably saying it wrong, but really solid Shoumei white tea. Super, I don't know, calming, like a nice hug. You know, I always say that about a lot of good aged white teas. Um, that nice sweetness, nice, pretty good body on it. I wouldn't quite say syrupy. It might be a little more syrupy if you let it cool down a little more, or if you even let it sit longer, or if you use a little more leaves. You know, just experiment a little. But I'm also getting like a little bit of that hay. It's like sweet hay, almost like a little bit of a woody, um, and I'm getting a little bit of, I think, yeah, honey, a little woody hay, pretty full body, um, kind of a floral, like a light floralness. I think that goes along with the honey. Honey to me always tastes a little floral, and I think when I say honey in this, that just kind of implies there's a little floral in it. It's like a little floral, a little sweet. Mm. And it's like warming. Really nice. I very much enjoy this tea. It's really light. Um, I don't know, light feeling, not necessarily light in the mouth or light tasting. Um, does that make sense? I don't know. But very mild taste, not super strong. Not obviously it's a white tea. Um, really naturally sweet, easy to drink, really inviting, warm, cozy, comforting. Um, I imagine I don't know I'm still kind of experimenting with trying to describe body sensations. I think I'd have to drink it a little longer to get that, but I'm definitely enjoying the feel so far. Um, but yeah, I think this is a great tea. I'm gonna link it below. Look out for it coming. I guess hopefully autumn 2025. So we have like 4 or 5 months probably. I'm not sure when they pick, but uh, Bitterleaf tea shipping to America again. Already got an order on the way. I'm pretty stoked about. So yeah, I'll be probably, I don't know. It'll take a month to get it, of course, but I think that's all I got. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more tea content. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Bitterleaf teas, Talon tea tasting video. Thanks for watching. See ya.